I'm Fabian Zuleeg, the Chief Executive of the European Policy Center, a think tank in Brussels. It's clear that it's a very important relationship. It's important in the relationship itself, but also on a global level. So it is good that we've had some improvement in that relationship, but there are also major challenges. And it's important that we are also honest about those challenges. And I think it's very important that we have dialogue to address different perceptions, different ideas of where the relationship might go. It's a question of having different objectives. Clearly, when we talk about objectives of combating climate change, of becoming more sustainable, more green, then it is true that the Chinese capacity to produce some of the technologies which are needed for that is actually a very important part of the global answer to get in that direction. At the same time, we also have to look at competition. We have to look at whether there are unfair methods used to try to dominate markets. So it's not an easy question to answer because we have to take both of those into consideration. Europe is known for advanced manufacturing, for example. So yes, it might create more competition, but competition is also an opportunity. Competition is also about being able to trade, being able to challenge each other to get better over time. The question really has to be, is this done in a fair way? Is it done in a way where both sides can develop their strength without interference, without governments taking a hand in the direction of that? It's very difficult, I think, to say whether globalization is in retreat or not, because it means many different things. Do we mean trade is declining? Globally, we see trade continues to be quite healthy. I think what is declining at the moment, and that is worrying for the world, is global multilateralism, global cooperation on issues which concern global commons, so issues around security, around climate and sustainability. And that, I think, is very concerning. So I think we have different trends where globalization is becoming also a more challenging and more contested concept. I mean, I know about the Global Development Initiative, and certainly I think it is very important that we have much more of a focus globally on the countries which are behind at the moment in terms of development. So I would welcome any attempt of trying to help these countries to develop themselves. The question is always, how do we best do that? And this is about a lot of practical steps. It's also about a global conversation, which is a difficult conversation because it's not only about development, it's also about trade, it's also about economic competitiveness. So I think it is good that we have a focus on that, and certainly China has a role to play. It already is playing a role in that. But I think this has shown to be a very difficult problem to address. And I think we need to also collectively see how do we make development compatible with climate protection, with sustainability protection. How do we deal with the energy questions? How do we deal with all the difficult areas, with health, with medicines? There's a lot which has to be done. We should have done that for a long time. It is important that we cooperate globally on many of these issues, but it is also difficult, and we shouldn't underestimate the difficulty. At the moment, security is becoming more and more a contested area. Of course, everybody would like to see peace, but it has to be peace also which is fair, which is just, and which can last. So we have to get all of these different things in some form of harmony with each other, which is very difficult. But we need global cooperation, there's no question about that. Because not least when it comes to climate change, unless we have effective global action, we are not going to have a planet on which we can live.